Hello crafters, this is Jane Fires with Fun Stamper's Journey, coach number 151. Today some of what we're going to be using to do this particular demo comes from our Bloom This Way. Bloom This Way is our mini catalog that goes until the end of March. So if there are things in here that you would like, you need to get them by the end of March. You can do that by going to my website, of course. Out of the new mini, what we're using today is Bloom This Way, which is our hydrangea, and our celebration script. And out of here, we're going to use the one that says "You Are One in a Million." And then out of the set that is in our big catalog, and our big catalog goes until the end of June, our big catalog, we're going to be using the Happy Birthday out of Dude Ranch, because it's a straight word here and it works nice at the bottom. Okay, let's get started. Let me show you a few of the other things that we're going to be using in this particular demo. We're going to be using our Journey Burst colored pencils. We're going to be using number 21, which is our green one. And then we are also doing something different this time. We are doing Create a Pad. And on this particular Create a Pad, I have used 3 purples. I have used Reinkers Pretty Pansy, Lavender Fusion, and Grape Fusion. And how you do this, of course, is you simply take your pad, and it's empty when you get it, and then you simply put your colors in. Now when I do my Reinkers and my liquid color to make my Create a Pad, I always label my back, so that I know this is my Reinkers. I have Pretty Pansy, Grape Fusion, Lavender Fusion, and then I simply repeated Grape Fusion and Pretty Pansy. And these are the colors that we're going to use for the hydrangea today. Then the other thing that we're going to be using is our black licorice ink pad for its leaves and stem. So let's get started. This is the stamp that we're going to be using, and to start with, I am just going to ink with the Create a palette the top part. I just want my flower, because what I'm doing right now is I am making my background. And so I am going to take it and stamp it down at an angle, letting my flower go off part way, re-inking my bloom again, stamping it down, re-inking again, stamping down, and one more time. And so now I have my background. Now, I need my flower one more time with its stem and leaves. So what I'm doing is very carefully doing my flower, taking my black, very carefully doing my leaves and my stems in my black, and if you do it at an angle, you can look and see where you're inking at. In case you need to ink up a little more, you can do that. And then stamping this down on a whipped cream cardstock, because this one will now be cut out. And for this particular stamp set, there are no dies, so what you need to do is to go ahead and to hand cut this out, fussy cut it. So I've already done that. I have also gone ahead and colored my leaves in with number 21 of my Color Burst pencils. So I've done that already. So this one now is totally ready to be put down onto my card. And this is the front of my card. And I am going to use on this one some of our foam squares. Now we have 2 sizes in the foam squares. We have the quarter of an inch and we have the ½ inch. And I'm going to use a few of both of them today on this particular stamp. I'm going to use my smaller ones here on my leaves. And then, because they're small enough, if I cut one of them in half, it will be my stem. And then I'm going to take a couple of my bigger ones and put those on the top of my flower, on the blossom itself. And of course, once you get them on, the hardest part, I think, is taking off their little backing piece of paper. And this one I'm putting down at an angle. And there's the front of it. Now I'm going to take this one and layer it with my big foam squares onto my card base. And there's my card. Now, I have two choices. When I did this for a class, I gave my ladies two choices. They could either do the happy birthday down here, or they could do the stamp Thinking of You, which is a part of the Hydranga stamp set. The happy birthday one, which I'm going to use down here, is from the Dude one. And again, I'm going to pop it up. So I'm using the small foam squares. Take off the backing. And there it is. Now, one other thing that I did use was what's called our Candy Minis, and they are in our big catalog, and they're the little purple ones here. So I'm going to take my bloom tool and get one off, and I'm going to put it right here on this little bloom, just to give it a little bit of a pop. And then, because I want a little more shine on it, I'm going to take my sparkle silk and make sure that you shake them, because you need the sentiment off the bottom. And with this one, what I'm going to do is simply take a little bit and put it in the center of each of my little individual petals. It gives it just a little bit of bling where your centers are. And then what I want is I want just a little bit around where my little mini dot is. So I'm going to put just a little bit around it as well. And a little bit on my leaves so they sparkle. And there is this card complete. Now I'll show you a couple of others that I did. This was the one that we did with the Thinking of You put at the bottom. And this one we put a few of our pearls on besides the one little purple mini. This one here, I don't know that if you can see it very well, but instead of stamping it, we went ahead and we embossed it. And we embossed it with our Happy Birthday embossing folder. And then we put our flower on and put pearls on this one, and again a Happy Birthday one. So there's a lot you can do with this particular stamp set. You could use just the words that are in our big catalog, in the mini catalog in the stamp set, or you can change it out. Now what I did on the inside of these cards is I did use You Are One in a Million, because it can be used again for birthday, or it could even be used for a Thinking of You one, for anything. You're one in a million. If you have any questions, you can contact me at seraph1@aol.com or on my blog at janie-angelhugs.blogspot.com. Have a great day.